Hey Frank, wanted to just ask you a nuts and bolts question, just about kind of the guys that you held out yesterday, how everybody's doing physically, and if you have an idea about who's going to be available on Thursday.
Well, Anthony is did not practice today. He's still dealing with some discomfort in his eye, and he's just continues to be day to day. So we'll see how he feels tomorrow. And then Dwight still battling some soreness in his knees. Did not practice today, and Kyle Kuzma. Dwight did not do contact today. Kyle Kuzma is fine with his ankle. Did practice today. LeBron did practice today. Is that everybody?
Is it everybody?
Yes, it is.
Hey Frank, it's Dave. What's the evaluation process like with Anthony? And is there any concern for Thursday?
Well, he's day to day, and while he's still dealing with discomfort, you know, there is some concern that he could potentially not play Thursday. But we're hopeful that he does, and we'll see how that plays out. You know, he's going to continue to be evaluated each day.
Allie, you have somebody over there?
Sure. Go ahead, Joe. Joe Varden.
All right. You keep saying discomfort. Is there a vision problem? Is it blurry or anything like that?
I don't know if I'm allowed to really get into the details of it, other than that's what they told me to report.
Okay.
So that's all I can give you.
Is JR okay?
Yes.
Frank, you guys, the last one you guys had was against the Clippers. When you think about what your team was then and what made you so confident about your team, what are the greatest areas where you need to make progress to get back to what that team was?
Well, we just have a ton of habits that we got to become more disciplined in doing. You know, that's the thing that develops over the course of a season. That when you go into a restart like we're in right now, all those habits, the disciplines we call them, that you work on every day, you repeat over and over again. You practice them till they become a habit. A lot of those, are not as strong as they were then. For the entire league. I'm sure. Everything from transition defense to our box out habits to our offensive spacing, our screening techniques, all those types of things factor into winning basketball. We're doing them at a decent level. I'm not unpleased or displeased with where we're at, but certainly need to continue to tighten the screws.
Tanisha, do you have anybody on your end?
Yes, Melissa.
Thanks, Tanisha. Hey, Frank, I'm curious, what in particular do you want the team to improve heading into the restart, the playoffs? Is there anything in particular that you're looking at?
Well, free throw shooting and the transition defense were the two things that were issues for us early on in the season. I feel like we've gotten better in both areas, but if you were going to target two, it would be those two things.
Mark Wicker. Mark Wicker.
Yes. Frank, can you hear me now?
I can, Mark.
Frank, with the lack of crowds, do you anticipate doing anything different on the sidelines with play calls or disguising play calls or the frequency that you might call timeout when the other team is on a run? Anything like that you can anticipate?
Oh, they took away the throw.
They took it away. Even with your permission, they took it away. Sorry, everyone. I do not anticipate doing anything really different. If a team's on a run, whether the crowd is there or not, if you need to take a timeout and settle your team down, we'll do that the same as we always would, and we always attempt to disguise our play calls as much as we can, and that won't be any different now either.
Thanks.
Ferdinand.
Hey Frank, how the incorporation of Dion Waiters and J.R. Smith has been to the team, and why Anthony Davis should win the Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, JR and Dion have been integrated almost seamlessly. They picked up our offensive system and defensive scheme pretty quickly. Obviously you still got to continue to build the habits, and they're continuing to grow on a daily basis with how I want them to play, what I want their role to look like with this team. I felt we took a big step with both of those guys in terms of Dion, being asked to really try to get in the paint as much as possible and be a creator, and for JR to be really aggressive in his catch and shoot game, which we saw with his 6 threes last game. So I'm happy with where those guys are at, and Anthony Davis is the most versatile and dominant defender in the game. It's that simple. He's the best rim protector. He can switch out and guard all positions on the perimeter. Is elite with his hands, and he just has a skill set that's unlike anybody else in the NBA.
I think we're good. Oh, David is the last question. David?
Hey, Coach, I'm Davide from Italy. What do you think you guys need to do to be the last team standing?
We got to continue to grow. And, obviously we have a team that if we're at our best, we feel like we can beat anyone, but you have to get a lot of breaks. You got to have help. You got to get lucky, in certain circumstances. And, like I said, if we continue to tighten tighten the screws on our habits, and we just got to play a disciplined brand of basketball. If we do that, we have a really good chance.